whatever I'm going to say right now, I'm going to repost that on my Royal Rogue channel. So I noticed that many of my Royal Rogues that follow me on my Royal Rogue channel are not aware that I'm now dedicated to the Jesus Enrique Rosas show, and they are really worried because I haven't updated the Royal Rogue in like 3 weeks. I need to be clear. I'm still here on my Jesus Enrique Rosas channel. You can find the link to my channel in the description as well, but I will still be updating on the Royal Rogue from my Jesus Enrique Rosas show. So if you want to watch my show, you can go to my channel in the link in the description. And if it would be odd if you're subscribed to the Royal Rogue, but not to my Jesus Enrique Rosas channel. It could happen. But I will be covering the Royal Rogue again. Now we need to talk, before we talk about the articles, we need to talk about Catherine. And she was just, I think that she was just awesome. She was just wonderful at Remembrance Day. Not only in these pictures from the event itself, but later that night, she was just glowing. It's like she had this great smile. She got, that aura that she has, something that we have described so many times. The last thorough analysis that I did was from that video that she shared about her recovery. It was an amazing live that we had. But right now, so many of you ask me to cover this. Narinder Kaur, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Narinder, said, genuine question, why has Kate aged so much? Isn't she only 42? Is she a smoker? It's the only explanation. And of course, this is the kind of tweets made for rage. This is rage bait. Rage bait is when you tweet something that you know is going to cause a stir. It's going to have all these reactions because you need some kind of reaction. Of course, you could have picked this picture in which she looks nice. But no, she had to, well, this was the Daily Mail that picked this. But this is the way that this is pretty much the way that Catherine has looked on past Remembrance Days. I really don't see much difference. I don't know, maybe I am biased. I know that I'm a kind of a fan of Catherine. I still have to finish that illustration. Illustration is still, oh my God, so much time has passed. I have to do it. But it was evil. It was just plain evil. And this lady, BBC commentator Narinder Kaur, has apologized after mocking Princess Kate's appearance following her fight against cancer. Yeah, because she's fighting cancer. Have you forgotten that? And when someone pointed that out, I think that I had the reply right here. I think that I have the reply. I'm not going to show any of this. I'm going to go for the apology. I'm going to analyze the apology of this. But when someone pointed that out, you remember that Catherine is battling cancer, right? And she said, she said these exact words. Oh, I had family that is battling cancer and they haven't aged like this. So, yeah, this is rage tweets. And you know that the usual suspects are using this. The Sausage Squad and Maru Chan, Shola Moss are using all this to, well, steer more and more controversy because they absolutely hate the royal family and they absolutely hate William and Catherine and, of course, their whole family. And I just thought that this was the moment that I needed to just step in and, well, maybe take a look at this non-apology. This woman, thank you, Royally Sage, by the way. Follow Royally Sage on X. This woman has no business asking about Kate's aging or anything. Look at her. This is Royally Sage's words, not mine. She looks like a plastic shoe. It's like those that you buy at Temu. Let's see the so-called apology.
Good morning, guys. I just thought I'd do a quick video instead of tweet after tweet
let me put the volume up
because it becomes pretty ridiculous, as if it wasn't ridiculous already. I put out a stupid tweet. That wasn't my intention.
No, that wasn't my intention. That was she was sleepwalking and she grabbed her phone. He turned off airplane mode. She fired up Twitter and she began. That was nothing of that was her intention. Nothing of that was her intention.
Intention was not to be malicious or.
My intention was not to be malicious. No, this is not even a body language analysis. This is not even a body language analysis. The bollocks is in the text. We could see this in the text. We are not even 10 seconds into this. And this is completely bollocks.
Or anything. I'm not like that. Anybody who knows me. It was stupid.
Anybody who knows me and she
not
does
like
this.
That. Anybody who knows me.
And she does.
It was stupid to ask about the aging. I've admitted that and I put my hands up and I've apologized if it caused offense.
You knew it was going to cause offense, but you did not expect so much offense. Yeah, was plain evil. Every single comment your way, you deserve it. This is the internet, lady. You don't know how the internet works? It's like you begin to play with fire, and this is what you're gonna get. It's that simple. You are mean to someone who is battling cancer, no matter what is their social status. It doesn't matter. They're battling cancer. What do you think is what's going to happen? Why don't you ask this question about Jane Schmo? I don't know. You think it's gonna be better or worse? No, it's gonna be exactly the same. It is your intentions who got you into this.
The only people who were offended, though, because many people on Twitter and social media have asked exactly what I've asked.
Okay. Let's say the question that I always ask. If you saw many people running, like Bono, who said he was going to run off a cliff with his car. If you see people running off a cliff with their cars, are you going to do the same? Or at least you could wait to see what happens with them, and then maybe you decide to do the same. But it is not going to be a good idea because you know something that is called common sense. We could call this, I could call myself the common sense guy. I'm no longer the body language guy. I'm the common sense guy now. I am the common sense guy. This is the common sense guy channel. Because all these people, the apologies, the gaslighting, the manipulation, all this is against common sense. What we saw with AOC is against common sense. This is the thing. These people want to fool us into thinking, oh no, it was not my intention. It's like my fingers just went with the keyboard and I did that and I did not understand what I was doing. Sorry.
But did not receive the sexual, racial, violent abuse that I did from accounts with.
Okay, so you checked that those accounts, but I don't know. I don't care how many followers you have. But you should be aware that it's not the same if an anonymous account with 20 followers say something rude about Catherine, and if you, who are, I don't know, if she's a BBC anchor or something like that, I don't care. I don't care who she is. If you have some kind of a platform that is going to be amplified geometrically, you are either, this is the same question we ask with all these people, you are either way too stupid or you are way too evil. Pick a side. Pick a side.
EDL flags, Union Jacks, disgusting abuse. I asked about aging. I didn't kill kids. I didn't wish death on anyone. I didn't do anything like that. I asked about aging and if she smoked. Nothing to do with cancer at all. My brother suffered from cancer, went through brutal treatment of chemo, and I wouldn't ever do that. He died. What we do know is...
Precisely. It is worse. You think that justifies your actions, and it's way worse. Your brother, and I'm really sorry about that, your brother died from cancer. And you go for a person who is battling cancer, and everybody in the whole world knows about that. if you don't know that, I don't know. You were in this some kind of island with Jared Leto. I don't know how you managed to not know that, but everybody knows that, and you go for it, even if your own brother, died from cancer. This is a new law. This is a new law, and she's using that to defend herself when it actually makes her look worse. I mean, the self-awareness of these people is the thing that I'm telling you. I'm working right now at a level of mass manipulation and mass influence. But it also applies in the way that people face-to-face, one-on-one, are going to talk to you and going to try to gaslight into, oh yes, this and such, and you're going to say, wait a second, that actually makes you look worse. Oh, what do you mean it makes me look worse? How you say that? My brother died from cancer. Yes, and I'm sorry, but that doesn't justify what you did. That makes even worse what you did, because you cannot empathize with someone who is going through the same that your brother did. You are a sociopath. I'm sorry. You are a complete sociopath. That's all that you are. And you have to call people to their faces like this. And you have to cut them out of your life. It's that simple.
There's a lot of misinformation and facts matter.
Oh, yeah. Call misinformation. Maybe you dial Harry. Oh, Harry, tell me about the misinformation stuff. Oh, tell me about the misinformation stuff. What can I say?
So you've all come at me about the cancer. It was pre-cancerous cells as far as I'm aware. She's had near enough a year off work.
She's also a doctor. She knows about the medical records of Catherine, and I have the right to say this. This is complete sociopathic behavior. This is complete sociopathic behavior, and I can understand that many of you would tell me, Jesus, why are you giving these people a platform? I am not giving her a platform. I am giving myself a platform, calling out this bastards. This all that I'm doing. I'm showing you how these people can tell every 5 seconds. She says something that I don't know how she records this video, and then she looks at the video afterwards and say, oh, that looks nice, let's publish it, and somehow you think that is better, that's gonna make things better. Like, no.
Of course, it must take its toll. I've known plenty of people who've been in and out, in a hospital and out for pre-cancerous treatment, and they're back at work. People suffer all day long, and they work, and they have to work. My own brother worked up until weeks before he died. So Kate does have a lot of privilege there. I'm not...
Okay, Kate has a lot of privilege. Kate has a lot of privilege. What is this? I hadn't seen this clip. I'm going to tell you, has so many things in my shows. I see that something is trending. You ask me to analyze these clips. I just throw in here, add the captions, and pray for the best and analyze them live. I hadn't seen this, and I didn't expect this to be so bad. She's even saying that Kate is so privileged. Yeah, hater. M Penny 69 hater. She's a hater, and she's trying to make herself look like a victim how she was attacked.
But what I'm saying is, you all are mad at me, but you're not mad at the fact her husband and her father-in-law profit from cancer charities.
What? Her husband and her father-in-law profit from cancer charities. What?
That they don't pay tax due, that they profit.
Wasn't this an apology video? That's what I was thinking. It was like 2 minutes or something more long. What are you talking about? What is this? You became what in here? And by the way, I'm not gonna judge either. But how do you record a video like this? I mean, you can, um, it, do it in a better way. I don't know how to say it in a gentlemanly way, but you understand my point.
From the army and from charities, cancer charities. You're not mad about that, but you're mad at me. And I tell you something else that was very telling, that a lot of the comments were all about, well, Meghan Markle, what's Meghan got to do with it? You know what you did? You exposed your narrative. You exposed...
Well, Meghan has always something to do with that. We're going to be talking about Meghan in a minute, by the way.
What this was all about was I, as a brown woman...
Oh my God, no! No. I was about to say the F word. I mean, F out of here. F out of here. F out of here. I'm a brown woman, an Indian, and
an Indian.
Look at that smugness. I'm going to talk about my race.
I, as a brown woman, an Indian, had had the gall to criticize Kate's appearance. Now, by the way, it was her aging. I know you all went down my tweets to try and find some things I'd said about Kate and couldn't find one, because I've never slated Kate's looks. In fact, all you would have found was me saying how beautiful Kate is. And to not pit Kate against Meghan, that's what you found, but you didn't want to put that out there because it didn't suit your narrative.
This video could have been 30 seconds long. This video could have been 30 seconds long, and I hope that your career dies here. I hope that your career dies here.
Go at me. So many other people have said it, but you came at me, asking for me to...
Yeah, because you have the platform.
Be cancelled, etc., etc., etc. It's disgusting. What you did yesterday, I came out of it okay. Yes, it was a stupid tweet. I apologise. And the fact that Julie Burchill was your little mascot, Julie Burchill, who was sacked for being a racist towards Meghan Markle, we already know what the narrative here is. It's you guys pitting Kate against Meghan. Again, I'm not excusing my tweet.
Who is pitting Kate against Meghan? I don't know. Who is doing that? Oh, yeah, right. The Sausage Squad. Those are the people who are pitting Catherine against Meghan all the time.
Wait. But it's disgusting what you guys tweeted me yesterday. Absolutely vile. And you're continuing today. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving the country. I'm going to continue.
But okay, maybe it has nothing to do with the fact that Trump won, but not leaving the country. Why would you be leaving the country? You just close the laptop. Take a break from the internet. Take a break from your Twitter account. It's that simple. Don't go, oh, the Meghan, I've been bullied. Close the laptop. It's as simple as that. Don't take a look at the comments. Close your comments, whatever. It's that simple. Don't tweet stupid things, lady.
You can keep cancelling me as much as you like, but you will not silence my voice just because I'm a brown woman. And it is.
It is not because you're a brown woman. Don't pull out the race card. This is so unhinged. What is this? What is this? You should absolutely be on. I don't know. They have a seat at the Democrats' house.
And you will never convince me otherwise. And also, let's not forget the misinformation Kensington Palace has put out. You all at it. You're coming at me for asking.
Kensington Palace has put out misinformation. Okay, no, I think that she is hallucinating. Like those mushrooms were, way past the date.
About aging, when you were all, where's Kate? Oh, that's a fake video. Oh, this is a fake that. Oh God, William must have been abusing it. Oh, he's stressing her out. You were all at it. I wasn't. So, what I'm saying to you is, I see your narrative. I see what's going on. You know what? I've done my apologies. I can live with myself. It was just a tweet about aging. Just a tweet about aging. Think about that.
Yeah, I think about what you just said, that I can live with myself. Yeah, these people can live with themselves because they have zero self-awareness, and you have to avoid them like the plague. And the dangerous part is that they can be quite charming charming in many ways, but at the same time, they say this kind of remarks, and when they defend themselves, their arguments don't hold up. It's worse for that. It's much worse for that. And this is what happens when you forget that you have a platform, and if you want to be, edgy or quirky or whatever you want to be, you're going to pay dearly for it. But still, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Remember that the Royal Rogue is coming back. Royal Rogue is coming back, and this shape right now of the Jesus Enrique Rosas show on the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel. I will be publishing these clips, this analysis on my Royal Rogue, Royal Rogue channel. But if you want to watch them live, go for the Jesus Enrique Rosas show with the link in the description of this video.